Bags of sago, flour and rice, black tea, sugar, treacle so nice. Green peas, yellow peas, soaked overnight, all gathered together in a big old sugar bag. I remember going down the ration shed, my two brothers.
Many tribes, one community.
Hello everybody, this is Dean Saffron in the Ration Shed Museum with new stories of the Ration Shed. When you come to the Ration Shed Museum, you will have the opportunity to experience how life was and is in our dynamic Aboriginal community, Cherbourg. New stories from the community are also important, as we are many tribes, one community, that continue to thrive and are proud, very proud First Nation people. Today, we have Aunty Shirley Law. Can you tell us a little bit about your life growing up in Cherbourg, the reserve?
Okay. I was born in Cherbourg, one of 10 children. I've got to say that I had a good life in Cherbourg growing up. I had lovely, wonderful parents and grandparents. And I had a really great childhood growing up here in Cherbourg.
It's interesting that you say that, because we all know it's a reserve, and the difference is that a mission was literally as it sounds. It's a religious mission. Tell me if I'm wrong, but Cherbourg was a reserve, an actual place that the government owned and put us Aboriginal people here.
Definitely. Yes, we were living under the Act.
So the whole reason I bring that up is you would think that there's no way you could have a good life under the Act, because you've been dragged from all different parts of this country. But can you just explain a little bit more to the listeners what was good about it? Because obviously not the government control.
No.
Tell us why you've had a good life here.
Yeah, well, you know, when you say we lived under the Act, but as children, you know, we had a great childhood here. Like Mum and Dad, we felt safe. We never went without food. We were always, I don't know, I can't describe it, but here growing up in Cherbourg, for me, it was so good.
Yes.
And, you know, like in the olden days, when I was little, I just remember we didn't have toys, we didn't have bikes. We used to go up the bush. Dad used to take us up the bush. And you know, me going to school, I love going to school here. And we used to run home, and Mum was always at home. When we run home for lunch, you know, she'd have all our lunch always was on the table, these little bowls, you know, all lined up.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yes, it was really a great time, and a good memory for me to go back and think about having Mum always at home and Dad around always.
So I think if I can elaborate on that, what you're trying to really say is, as a child, you're sort of oblivious to the things that the adults have to deal with, but
yes,
right,
definitely.
And because of that,
yes,
all the adults, even though they're from different parts, different tribes, would put the energy into all the children as a collective, which is the way we generally approach life anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely, because you know, the adults, we never even got, how should I put it, the adults, they were really strong, and I only got to appreciate living here in Cherbourg and appreciating what the older people went through, you know, and where they came from, and never really understood, you know.
Yes.
Till I got older,
yeah,
what they were really going through.
And that just shows you the strength that people can have under oppression by bringing only the positive to the children. And that's a thing across the world, So tell me more. When did you first realise that, really, hold on, we're on a reserve, we're controlled, our parents were just so magical, giving this good life?
Yeah, when I could say about 12, 13, then I just realised, wow, why do Dad have to get a piece of paper to go into town, into Mergen? And then I really sort of got in my head, and I was thinking, wow, we're different here,
Oh, so because everyone was in the same position.
Yes.
Right.
And, as children, you don't really get to notice, Dad going to town and thinking, why did he? Because he used to bring me down to the office, and then I used to go and get rations with my mum and my nan. You're thinking, wow, we are different. Why are we different?
And what conclusion did you come to when you said, why are we different?
Well, it just, I don't know how to answer that.
That's okay. Did you think that everywhere in Australia would have had the same system, or there must have been a moment when you thought, when you said we were different,
I meant, I don't know about different, the colour of my skin.
No.
Just different because Dad and Mum, mostly Dad, had to get this piece of paper, and for him to go into Mergen. And I was thinking, well, why did he have to do that?
And, actually, so the listeners know this, Mergen is exactly 4 miles away.
Exactly.
From Cherbourg, and they deliberately set this reserve up outside of a white community.
Yes.
So, did you ever ask your dad about the paper?
I did.
What did he say, Auntie?
He just said, look, Bub, I have to, if I go into town, we just call it town, not Mergen, if I go into town without this paper, I may not be able to come back, or they will send me to Palm Island because I didn't have the piece of paper when I went to town. And I said, really? I just quite couldn't get the thing of it.
Wow. I'm actually breathless.
That's when I really realised that, wow, Cherbourg, we're in Cherbourg and we are different.
What was the first time you actually left Cherbourg?
Well, that's a good story there. I was called, when I was about nearly 16, I was called down to the office with the superintendent. And I wasn't a naughty girl, as you can tell. And he called me into the office, and I was a bit nervous because I thought I was in trouble. And he said, oh, I want to send you away. I said, oh, really? And well, you couldn't say that, really. Okay. Why? Oh, because this family needs you up there. Where are you going to go? So I had to go.
So hold on a second.
Yeah.
You're a young
woman, girl. Yeah.
Young girl, really.
Yes, yeah.
Right? You're this little girl who's gone in, who's standing in front of this superintendent who has called you up to the office. You think you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And then we all know the greatest punishment for a mob is to be sent away from your family.
Yeah. And I thought I was in trouble. And he said, no, you're not in trouble. And then when I told me what you more or less couldn't say no.
Got no choice.
No choice. So I had to go. So I was sent up to Serena outside of Mackay on a cattle station.
For how long for, Annie?
Annie was up there for about 9 months.
Okay. Yeah, and was it a good experience?
It was. Not at first. At first, like when you you get sent up and, I was by myself. I was frightened, overwhelmed,
Yeah.
And I was thinking, wow, this white fella sent me up here, but beautiful family,
Oh, that's good.
wonderful family.
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse, exactly.
And then you came back after that?
Yeah, I came home. Yeah.
Did it change your perspective on Australia or Cherbourg or the reserve after having that experience, even though it was positive?
Well, put it this way, I grew up very quickly.
That's what
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I learned things very quickly because I was just, thrown in like the deep end.
Yeah.
I had to cook. I was only a young girl. For this family, white family,
Wow.
we had to clean and do everything because there was 3 children and she was pregnant with another baby.
Wow.
And, how do you do that, eh? But I did it.
Wow. Or you would have done it with incredible style. So then you get back here.
Yeah.
Then what happens?
Then I was, put it this way, I was a bit older then
Yep.
and then a bit wiser. Yeah. So, got a job down here then
Ah,
at the
smart.
domestic science.
Wow. How clever were you not to
Yeah.
have to go away again?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. For the viewers, I'm high-fiving my auntie. Okay, so now we're going to jump forward a little bit, and you met my favourite man on earth,
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Uncle Eric Law. How did that happen?
Oh, well, he just came back from Vietnam.
Right.
Yeah. And, I was a bit older then, even though he's older than me.
He's like 500 years old, isn't he?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They didn't even have dinosaurs.
No, well, we just got together then and got married.
Wow, and had 4 kids yourself?
5 children.
5 children. I always keep forgetting that one, probably because I'm jealous it's not me. Okay, and then what we're going to do, we're going to talk a little bit now about your great passion of sewing, because
Yes.
essentially that's what this segment's about.
Okay.
I just wanted people to know a bit about you.
Right, yeah.
Can you tell me how you got involved in the women's sewing group?
Well, when we were, my sister and I and a couple of friends, we were only young girls, and there was this opportunity come up. Well, not really come up. We were told that we had to go down and start at the domestic science. So what's that? And so I was going to teach you about domestic things, like cooking, cleaning, sewing, or, all this and that. So we were told to go down there, and we had a job there. So, oh, this is exciting then. So, okay. So this white lady, she taught us everything, which I didn't appreciate till I got older.
Yes.
The cooking, the cleaning, the sewing. Oh, my passion is the sewing.
I know.
I love sewing.
Tell us all about that.
Yeah, no, when she taught us everything about being a housewife and, being a woman. She even did things about our bodies and that. We had to learn all that. We learned that from her, but my passion is sewing. I love the sewing. And I got to say I'm good at it too.
You are very good at it. Now,
Thank you.
so you were like 16 and a half, 17,
Yeah.
and you're learning all these things from a white woman
Yeah.
on how to be a good wife,
Yeah.
which would be counterintuitive compared to the way we actually traditionally learn, right?
Yeah.
But the one thing you got out of that was literally your sewing, and
Yes.
you are so good at it.
I love it.
How did you know you were going to be good at sewing?
I don't know, I just took to it just like that.
True.
Yeah, and she taught us how to, and when we got the sewing machines, oh my God, we just screamed, eh? So, wow. So she said, you can actually sew with this. She taught me how to look after the machine, and I still do that today. So, and it was them old-fashioned ones, where, you got the foot, and you got to go like this, and you had to turn the wheel. It wasn't like these ones today, that, so electric.
Was it kind of better in one way because you're actually, you're still hands-on, the feet's going?
I love that. I actually would like to still sew with that. I actually got an old one at home that I'd like to try one day. No, it was great.
Now, what about this women's group? Because I've had the great pleasure of going down and watching you aunties.
Yeah.
How did that begin?
Well, just a couple of ladies here that already did go to the domestic science, and nearly all of us girls went there. And they said, why don't we start our own sewing group?
Perfect.
So that's when the group started then.
And how many's in the group?
There's about 10 of us.
10?
10. Sometimes there's only 2 of us that turned up, but we all got different days that we're not feeling good.
So how many hours a week would you put into sewing?
Oh, I've got to say, I'd like to do a little bit of sewing nearly every day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But lately, finding the time,
Well, you've been really busy.
Yeah.
And have you ever taught Uncle? Because, as I said, he's older than the dinosaurs. I mean, can you teach an old dog new tricks?
Nah, he is a dinosaur.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he hasn't learned, nor have my daughters.
You're kidding.
They don't want to sew.
What's that all
And they
about?
take off after.
I heard they like mowing, though. Okay, we've got to get back here seriously. People can't see this, but Uncle's sitting there, hand gesturing like a mad comical character.
Yeah, just walked in the room.
Yeah, he just walked in the room, didn't he?
Yeah.
Anyway, tell me where your family was brought from.
Okay, well, my mum and dad were born here in Cherbourg, so their parents, my mum's mum come from Townsville, Burdekin area, where she was sent down here with their mum and dad from up there down to Cherbourg.
Okay, and your dad?
And my dad's parents, his father was from Cherbourg Island, from Dunwich.
Wow.
And his mum was sent from Winton.
Really?
Yes.
It's really funny. Even though they still tore families apart, tore communities apart, by them putting us into one place, the simple reality is people thrived. It made intertribal marriages, which wouldn't have happened.
Lately I've seen a lot of old photos, and there were a lot of weddings here.
Yes.
And my mum, she must have been bridesmaids to 20 weddings.
Wow.
Yes. And
Before your dad asked?
I've only just found that out.
Really?
Yes. About Mum, she was bridesmaid.
Oh.
Yes.
I wonder if she sat there and went, come on, it's got to happen to me one day.
Yes, true, yes.
There's been 20.
Yes.
How many? 21's got to be lucky. It's blackjack.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so now, do you sew by hand as well?
I do.
Which do you prefer, to sew by hand or by machine?
I actually like both.
Really?
Yeah, I like both.
So tell me about the differences that it brings to your joy or your approach to the craft.
Well, the hand one is more how should I say, therapeutic.
Right.
Because, you're doing it by your hand, and I can take it with me, you know what I mean? And I can do it on the train, or not on the plane so much, but when I'm traveling,
So it's transcendental. You're just
Yes.
like totally
Yeah,
relaxing and meditating.
yeah. And I learned how to do this on doilies at the domestic science now.
Did you?
Yes.
But then as soon as the supercomputer came in and you could use a machine.
Well, that was amazing, eh? You know, you can just whiz something up. You know, I can make a bag in 5 minutes.
Wow.
You know, and it's so good if we're making something special, you know, with all of us ladies together,
Yes.
which we have. We've made a quilt.
You made a quilt?
Yeah, we donated it to the hospital.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes.
And everyone can put in and give back.
Yeah, a little square each. We had a couple of little squares each, and we could put down whatever you wanted.
And what did you choose?
I dedicated mine to my mum,
Of
of
course.
course, you know, and, you know, because she passed away from cancer,
Yes.
and for her. One was just generally for Cherbourg, you know, just little memories there.
I think that's incredible. Do you actually make products and sell them from the women's sewing
Well,
shed?
some of the ladies do. I haven't done it lately, but I've been thinking about it.
I think you should.
Yeah, yeah, I think I should. I just been so busy and,
Yeah, you've got a lot on.
yeah.
So when you look at a piece of fabric,
Mm-hmm.
to me it just looks like a piece of fabric,
Yeah.
essentially nothing else.
Yeah.
What do you see?
Oh, you know what I especially love? I like especially going to the op shops.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I like when I see a dress
Yes.
or a shirt, and I just imagining, oh, that I could do something with this shirt,
Really?
and I love doing that.
So you just see something that's already been made
Yeah.
and go, look, this could be even more beautiful
Yeah.
with.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
And how does that pop into your head? How does that process work?
I just imagine it, you know. I just think, wow. I look at this, especially a shirt like this, and I was thinking, wow, I could take this pocket off that, and I can put a piece of material there,
Wow.
make my own pocket or a collar. Yeah,
And you do all that stuff?
I like doing that.
Oh my gosh, I'll be bringing a whole lot of stuff for you to sew. I tell
Okay.
you. Can you tell me your favourite thing about the sewing women's group that you like?
I like just all of us getting together, and you know, sometimes we don't even sew. We
Really?
just talk,
Really?
you know, about things in our lives, what's going on, or we just talk, and it's really good for us women to do that.
So essentially, the sewing group is a yarning circle for
Yes.
the aunties.
Definitely.
That's amazing. And then even creating these great pieces at the end. Have you got a favourite product that you've made out of, ever sewing?
I when my mum was alive, I made her, and it was really cold this winter, and I made her a coat.
Did you?
Yes. Yeah.
Have you got photos
She
of that?
loved it. I actually have to ask my sister,
Yeah.
and I can take a photo for you.
Yeah, I need to see that. You ask, you said.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And what colours was that? How did you approach that for Mum?
Well, when I'm in Spotlight, my favourite shop, I like to go and explore different materials and different, colours and stuff like that. And I said, well, Mum, she really needs a coat.
Yes.
So I made it. It was beautiful colours.
Really?
Yeah, red, maroon, black, grey.
And grey?
Yeah.
Grey's a really underrated colour in clothing.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. Yeah. And what would be the greatest thing that sewing has actually taught you?
It it's taught me to actually, when I want to sow something and when I see it in my mind, it's taught me to be patient.
Really?
It's taught me to, well, sewing, it's taught me the love of sewing. That's taught me that I really love doing it,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
And also you were talking about the fact that it's meditation. So
Yeah. Oh, it's really therapeutic, put it that way.
what sort of advice would you give to our youth and then the generation after that?
Well, first off, I'd like to say, always listen to the old people, always listen to the elders, because they're very wise. They've been here longer than you have, and they've done things and they know things. Okay? And my advice especially to the young ladies, learn everything from your mum and your nan and do whatever you want to do and don't hold back.
There is nothing that you can't do as a young
That's right.
woman in this country.
That's right. And don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it.
Thanks everybody for listening. Have a fantastic day and stay tuned for another episode of the Ration Shed Museum's News Stories. And remember, like Uncle says, we are
Many tribes, one community.